intent is once we've converted AEM and National Med staff to the Lawson platform, all staff in Hancock become a key punch and we integrate their operation as well.
Okay.
And then Lawson is going to be interfacing with the accounting platform?
Yeah, the plan is to use Great Plains as an when it makes sense. It doesn't make sense based on the resources that we've got available for the projects and where these 31 companies really fall out. When we complete those 3 operation studies, and we go from which ones we're going to support through the process, we're going to pare this number of companies down dramatically. And then we'll make a new platform decision at that time.
Okay.
We'll find that a third of them are really divisions within Mirabilis, of the third that we want to keep, and another third that we'll probably either liquidate, terminate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you still have to do the accounting for that. I mean, it's a level of accounting.
Yeah, but the accounting is basically cash intercompany management.
Sure.
And pay their expenses. So what we did in phase 1 here, taking these 30 companies and getting them allocated to a real accountant who knows how to code the checks. It's pretty basic stuff. And getting control of the cash itself.
Right.
The next tier in the construction area.
Let me stop a second.
Sure.
I hear some deadlines being set, right, for an integration, and we really won't have an answer to whether we can get financials out of these until those deadlines are met, right?
No, you can get financials, but they're from 5 different sources today, and they would probably all need some level of adjustment and scrubbing to get them corrected.
Are we going to be getting them, or are we going to?
When we bring them over, they'll be solid, and we'll have weekly financials because we got to have them to manage our business.
No, that's weekly operational information.
Well, we'll have weekly trial balance pulls of the GL so we can sit down and make sure everything ties to the 941s, the filings, the cash flows. We'll be able to monitor the key performance indicators within that dominion.
Are we monitoring that now at all?
No.
Is there any chance that payroll taxes might not be paid timely?
Absolutely. Well, within AEM, it's not our book of business right now, so we've drawn a very thin line in the sand, although Frank Anadale thinks we're extremely well insulated on that front. That is Presidium's book of business to manage, not ours. Yes, we've been out there with invoices with Mirabilis HR, doing business as, the money's been going into AEM accounts, but we've drawn a line in the sand saying we're doing this on behalf of Presidium Management.
Can we get an answer to whether or not they have done what they were supposed to do without being surprised?
Probably not. Well, yes. They're negotiating to settle the IRS resolution, and the proposal is $144 million.
I know about the negotiating.
So you know how bad it is.
Well, what would be bad to me is that in the middle of doing that, we find out that they were grabbing the money. And then everything we're doing over there, you know, nobody's going to know that it was theirs because it's part of the time that we were part of it.
Well, the discussion we had on this.
Explain to me why we can't find out what they're doing and that they're doing it so we can sleep.
Explain.
Why can't we
Presidium
find out?
Solutions are doing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting on the government giving us a legal opinion on the service level agreement to find out if we are responsible for ensuring the payroll taxes were paid over under the service level agreement, or we're responsible implicitly. Yeah. So the first thing we're trying to do is to sort out contractually where we stand, because there are 2 different types of exposure. One's a legal exposure, the other one's reputational as a minimum, but potentially legal also. Now, what's mitigating it is there's no, although the letter went out to the Presidium Solutions under Mirabilis HR letter-headed paper, it talked about quarterly reports being available. It didn't say from what period. Our exposure currently is only one period through 31 March. which is still pretty recent. The reorganisation, which is taking effect from early May, will put us in a position by 30th of June to do the audit and issue the reports as Mirabilis HR when the business is transferred. So the exposure is potentially 1 quarter. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay. Now, we need to go back to all of the customers anyway, because we're going to have to freeze the 401ks, and the benefits are going to change. Yeah? And the thinking currently, subject to legal opinion, is
Who's
that...
going to be the lead opinion?
Berman.
Excuse me?
Berman.
Mhm.
So the thinking is currently that when we need to go back to customers anyway and tell them that the 401ks have been frozen and the benefits are all changing, we'll take the opportunity at that point in time to reiterate the fact about the quarterly report being available. Yeah, but the quarterly report will be available because it'll be Mirabilis HR from 30th of June. So again, the
Who's gonna
only,
do the quarterly?
the only exposure is 1 quarter, the first quarter of this year, because the letter went out in February. Yeah? That's where we currently stand on that. So the discussion we had is if we went back to customers just now and said, look, we're sorry, we made a mistake, it shouldn't have gone, we don't really own the book of business. It's not really Mirabilis HR, it's Precision Solutions, awfully sorry. We didn't think that was a good idea.
So you got to get an audit for June,
That's the target. When we do the transition, we
and
bring
then we
it
have
in
to plan
May,
for one in June.
that we will be able to institute the audit and do the quarterly reports from June. And again, the letter didn't define, although it went out in February, it didn't say when we would start giving them reports. It's implicit that it would be the first quarter, but it doesn't state specifically that it is. So in terms of risk
Everybody keep
management,
your fingers crossed for 90 days.
You know, there's some implied,
yeah, I think in terms of risk management, I think our discussion was that this is probably
the invoices have been going out as Mirabilis HR.
yeah.
It's a DBA for AEM, but we could allow Precision to be using it. That's where the,
It was an unfortunate reaction. I mean, I think it was done in good faith, but it was an unfortunate reaction that's put us in a difficult situation. But the timing of it, there's a way out of it, I think, that minimises our risk.
we've got a
That's-
very difficult transition and integration to manage there. At the same time that we're going to transition Precision Payroll to AEM's real accountability, we're also going to have to freeze the 401ks of Precision. So any clients that are participants in that plan, and worksite employees are going to have to ante up for a new authorization to make the contributions into a new 401k. We're changing over their health care benefit programs, so there's another communication that's going to be orchestrated to all